Alright, been a little while since I've done a cutcom like this, but I feel like I need to do this today. And we're gonna do a special one. We're gonna do this on zombies, and we're gonna figure out exactly why we haven't really discovered anything that has to do with Easter egg for Revelations yet. Because I woke up today, what I normally do is I wake up, I check Reddit, check to see, you know, us as a team discussing what we have figured out and what we have not figured out. And so far, it seems like today, nothing so far. Nothing yet. So we're going to recap everything. We're going to recap what we've discovered so far in this map. And it's not much. It's not much. So a few things we've been discussing. First off is after this generator is completed, you can see these poles rising out of the ground. You know, nothing too crazy about that. So these things rise out of the ground, right? They're pretty high. They're floating. And some people have gotten them to lower back into the ground. I'm not too sure what that has to do with any Easter egg, but if anything, we gotta make these generators good again. But another thing also, on the corrupted generators, you can see in front of each one there's a symbol, and this symbol is the Apothicon symbol that says consume, and there's 4 of them on every one of these, okay? Nobody really knows what we need to do. Maybe consume zombies on this, or somebody said if you die in local, that's how you obtain an egg, which is weird, and Monty referring to consuming. It's all complicated. I don't think they'd go that in depth with it. Maybe they would. Who knows? But the next one, which does work, is there's 4 tombstones with their characters' names, and you have to shoot them in order. And something happens after you shoot them in order. So there's Richtofen. Then there's Dempsey. And there is Takio. And then, finally, Nikolai. Once that happens, you hear thunder, and then you see flames coming out of the tombstones. Nobody knows if that's related to the Easter egg at all. Maybe that's a cue that spawns something into the map for starters, or maybe that can even be the final step in the Easter egg. We're not sure about that just yet. Next thing is the object in the sky right here. Cylindrical. Maybe it was the summoning key, maybe not. It was not the summoning key. In fact, it was actually just a silver ball, and that's just... it's a texture item. It's a texture item that they use while creating any type of game, really. It's a default that shows you the texture. I don't know why they didn't remove it. It's just kind of floating there, which, you know, they should have removed it. And in fact, people have seen keepers spawning on the roof over here. People have seen, see, there's a piece of something there. I can't really tell what it is, but for some reason, which it's pretty odd, this is the dead center of the map. This is the failsafe where items spawn. So this meaning that keepers will spawn here if you kill them, the keeper guardian, anything that has to do... when I went back in theater mode, I've actually seen the Pack-a-Punch spawn there, the perks, anything. And that is just a failsafe where the interactable items can spawn at. So what I'm thinking is maybe at some point we can actually see the staffs. If the staffs are in this map, we can see the staffs spawn here. I'm still having hope that the staffs are in here. I really hope they are, because those weapons are just what we need. If anything wasn't overpowered enough already. Next thing is what we tried. Next thing is what was kind of debunked. The challenges. There are 3 challenges. If you complete all of the challenges, absolutely nothing will happen. There won't be a queue. Inside the Apothicon, there's 4 stands that seem like eggs can be mounted on that to maybe hatch them. But if you complete the challenge, it won't do anything. Nothing will happen. Challenges may not be related to the Easter egg. The next thing, and the biggest thing that is still unsolved to this day, is this right here, the glowing orb. Nobody knows what it does. Nobody knows what happens to this orb. What we can do, actually, is we can pick it up, and it's in our inventory. It's in our inventory so long as nothing gives us damage. If we don't fall, if we don't take damage from the zombies, nothing. The final thing, which is really, it hasn't been debunked yet, but what I'm thinking, my theory on this is the teleporter. The teleporter, there's no use to it. Now, there's these electrical boxes beside the teleporter that don't really do much. And inside of it, you know, there's no queue to teleport. Try one more thing here. Okay, and that noise after the zombie hit us is him taking the orb. Now, which zombie was it? The orb is now gone. It has disappeared. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows what it does. And after you get hit, you lose it. So it may be a really unique item. Maybe also the zombies do need to hit you in order for you to proceed with the Easter egg. And so the final thing, which I'm going to go into theater and show you guys, is immediately underneath this teleporter is the final boss room. Now, there is spoilers. Obviously, I'm going to show you where the final boss room is, but it is directly connected underneath this teleporter. And what they do normally is, if there's an object underneath a part of the map, that is normally where they teleport you to first, because it is the closest. And I'll show you guys in theater mode right now. This is the Kino teleporter. This is the stage. The teleporter is just above us right here. It's kind of hard to see because it's not rendered in. As you guys can see, this is the ramp to the teleporter here. If we fly underneath here, you cannot see it. If we fly directly down, look where this brings us. Boom. If we take a look, we're going to go over here. This is the final boss room. This is the final enemy that you're going to be fighting. There's a table here with some particle effects on it, which is pretty interesting, but it doesn't seem to do anything. The thing that I'm mostly interested in is the fact that it's right underneath the Kino teleporter. This has to be telling us that this boss battle, the way we're going to get to it, is somehow powering the teleporter inside of Kino. That is what it's telling me. That is the feeling I get. And if you guys want me to show you more evidence on this, we're going to go over to the original OG Zombies map over here. And as you guys can see, okay, the Margwa spawns up here after you capture him, and right immediately below him you can see that little thing underneath the clouds. That is actually where the internals of the Apothicon are. We can't go too close to it, because if we go too close, a barrier actually spawns around it. But this is the internals of where you play. This is where Pack-a-Punch is. You can look up here, and then if we look immediately down, we can still see it. It's weird you can't see it in the actual map though, and this is what happens if we get too close. We hit this giant brick building. And it's weird, I don't know why they would place it in brick. It's odd. But it shouldn't really relate to anything. It shouldn't really relate to anything that has to do with the Easter egg, you know, going to a brick building or whatever. And it's immediately above Noctur on Toten, which, to me, that only feeds the fact that the Kino teleporter is going to be used to get to the final boss battle in this map. But guys, that's all I got. It's just quickly recapping stuff that were debunked and stuff that I believe... See, oh, here we go. Look at that. Pack-a-Punch is right above it right now. So this is the failsafe area for stuff to spawn on. And where's the orb, actually? Can we see the orb? Is it inside of Pack-a-Punch? See, it's just a silver ball. Just a silver texture. Nothing to be too alerted over. It's not the summoning key. But guys, thank you so much for watching this quick recap. Nothing really too special in it. Nothing's been discovered yet. We will, though. We will come together as a community and solve this. I know I'm going to be working hard to figure out stuff on the map along with everybody else. But guys, that's all we have for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.